Let's get to our first trader on our show, Jared Levy, Director of Investments at DBHW Wealth. Good to have you here, Jared. We're talking Washington and wallets. The stock market certainly taking investors on a wild ride this year. As a pro, how much does politics matter to the market?
Yeah, I've been at this for 30 years. I've obviously seen several administrations come and go. And I can tell you this, first and foremost, market and sector performance are definitely driven mainly by economic fundamentals, your business cycle, right? The Federal Reserve rates. Those are definitely top of mind and the top drivers of my decision-making process. Now, that said, presidents, Congress, politics, they can and will influence short and intermediate term trends, right? So the bottom line is you would be foolish not to take political agendas into account, but you should not let them be the absolute end-all, be-all determinant of what you're doing in the markets.
What can you tell us about a Democratic leadership versus a Republican leadership? What are the historic trends?
If you go back in the future, Democratic parties had a significantly higher percentage returns. In fact, I think the study by First Trust found the annual return of almost 15% for Democratic presidents, whereas it was about 8% under Republicans. Now, remember, there are policy lags, right? So like a Republican president might instate, create a series of laws and or changes in rates or things of that nature, or, regulation is stimulative, and that flows over into a Democratic presidency. So keep that in mind. And remember, it's just a correlation. It's not a causation. I would be a fool to say, oh, Democratic president, buy, or Republican president, buy. That's not the way this is.
As someone who has thrived through many administrations, what would be an investing suggestion? How do you play it safe in the stock market, no matter who is in the White House?
So there could be fear and stress no matter what party, right? You could be a Democrat, Republican, and you're scared out of your mind when a new party comes into power. Here's the bottom line. What I've found in the past is if you're nervous, find yourself a high quality, well-diversified, type of fund or ETF, something like I trust over the long term, value, high quality. So what is that? That is, the top, biggest, best companies out there. Again, not to be boring, but something like the S&P and maybe some utilities, right? Big, tried and true, stable sort of things that will help buffer that volatility. That's a solution. Again, that's going to change and shift no matter who's in charge.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you very much.